Average Joe's Cryptos, the most dangerous cryptocurrency podcast on this side of the Mississippi.
Welcome back to Average Joe's Cryptos. This is episode 3, your mom's favorite cryptocurrency podcast. I'm Trey, aka the Bitcoin bad boy.
This is Jace. Still no nickname. We're kind of going about it an organic way. I don't want to force anything there. So maybe some recommendations from anyone or anything. So I'm just kind of letting it flow there.
Yeah, send in fan mail. You should have our P.O. box. But I'll say one thing right out of the gate. The freaking market's a war zone, dude. I came dressed ready to play. All right. You look like just a normal civilian. Like you don't know what's going on out there. It's a freaking bloodbath, dude. It's brutal. All right. And listen, I've decided one thing. Someone's got to step up, go out on the front lines and take care of this where the action's happening, dude. We know for a fact it's not going to be Billy Gates or freaking Warren Buffett, dude. Those dudes tucked tail and ran first chance they got. Elon's our proud general out there. SpaceX is accepting Dogecoin now. He's going on SNL. He's doing everything he can, man. And you know what? I'm doing my part too. I'm holding Dogecoin diamond hands. I didn't sell a single one. Can you say the same?
Hey, first off, for the listeners, if you're not on YouTube, Trey does look ready to go to battle. He's got a full vest on, glasses, war bandana, because those markets were bloody today. I don't know if you checked your account, but I probably wouldn't if you haven't yet. Just wait till tomorrow. Just wait till tomorrow. I know this is probably going to get released a little later, so hopefully everything's back to normal by the time this gets released. But, that was rough out there today. Hey, ETH did hit a new all-time high, but after that, it kind of went down. But everything else was red. So I did not. So I got in at here. I don't know if we ever talked about this. The Doge.
Let's lay it out there.
We got in around what? I got in at 1.8 cents. Trey, what'd you get in at?
1.8 cents. 1.9. So like 0.019.
Yeah. We were texting. We both got in at pretty close to the same time, and I think it was January 25th, if I'm not mistaken.
That sounds exactly right.
I think it was. That was the Wednesday. No, that was Thursday, I believe, because Thursday is the day it went to 8 cents. That was the day it went to 8 cents the first time. We were both in, and we were in there. Went to 8 cents. Went back down to 3 in the same day. When it went to 8 cents, we thought we were running to the hills. We thought we were getting houses on Beverly Hills. We thought we were rich when it hit 8 cents.
I was watching a live stream of just like a gamer live stream, and like the chat was going crazy about 8 cents, 0.08.
Yeah.
All right.
And back then that did seem crazy. It did.
Yeah.
But then it went back down to what? 3. It even hit 250 at one point. I think it was the lowest probably I saw after that. But went 250, was around 3, 4, 5 for a couple months, maybe 6 for a couple months, or maybe a couple weeks. And then that one, I don't even remember what triggered it the first time. But it went to that one day, like a month ago, it went to like 20 some cents.
I mean, was that like the initial Elon?
But Elon was in January too. I can't remember what happened. I think he maybe Elon might have said something about like sending it, like putting it on one of his ships or something.
Yeah.
Can't remember exactly.
There was something like that. But I think the crazy thing now is, and I know how your journey went, obviously, and you'll lay it out there and stuff. But the crazy thing now is I was just on some random crypto accounts, and people were bragging. They were like, "Oh, I got in at 30 cents and all this stuff," which is like respect to that. You know what I mean? But the thing that gets crazy now is what's the current price? Like last I checked, it was like 48 or something.
Yeah. Got down to 40, I think.
Yeah. 45 right now. Dude, we're good. Everybody take a chill pill, dude. When it got to 0.07, it immediately dropped back down to like 0.25 or 0.025. And everyone's like, oh, that's it, dude. The runner's wall is real. We've smashed some crazy runner walls with Doge. And this is okay. So I'm going to go a step further into the theory of the runner's wall. this is what happens with runner's wall. So you smash a runner's wall. This time it was like 60 cents, and then we almost hit the 0.75. 0.7 was a runner's wall. We almost hit the 0.75 runner's wall, which would have been huge, but then we dropped off naturally. Some big whales, they got out of the ocean. Simple as that. I don't know where they got shipped, but they are not in the ocean
And
anymore.
we got some questions about some whales later on.
Yeah. But the thing about the runner's wall, the stage 2 of a runner's wall is a bunch of crypto casuals, and there's no shame in that, dude. You can be a crypto casual, simple as that. But us hardcore dudes, the dude's freaking
Yep.
You know what I mean? The dude's laying it down, getting our hands dirty. We're in the trenches. You got to know the casual trends. When there's a runner's wall, and then there's always that natural dip after a runner's wall, then there's the casual, like I don't know a good word to really like encompass what it is, but it's whenever all the casuals after a long weekend, they've been grilling hot dogs, they've been hanging out by the pool, just living a good life. They've probably been watching like funny videos on their Facebook feed, just normal stuff that they like to do. They see it and they're like, whoa, dude, we gotta sell everything. So all them casuals just they're just selling, dude, left and right. Simple as that. That's where we're at right now. This is called the bottom of the barrel of a runner's wall. So that's a stage 2 of the runner's wall. When you hit the bottom of the barrel, you think things are looking bad, but guess what we get to do right now, dude? And this is the most beautiful thing about the runner's wall theory.
So
We get to buy the dip, baby. We get to buy the dip. That's cheapo coins in my pocket. And then that's because the runner wall already been hit. So it doesn't even 0.7's like, we know that that's possible now. So now this is whenever you just launch pad off of all these casual coins that have just came back into the market. Simple as that.
Well, what would the bottom of the barrel be compared to in the marathon? Like, so like we always compare the runner's wall. You kind of compared the runner's wall first to the marathon. So how are we comparing that bottom of the barrel?
Yeah, this is a bottom of the barrel is equivalent to whenever like a 73-year-old grandma just comes like cruising past you, like with her little like shuffle power run. And you're like, wow, dude, this is where I'm at right now. I'm that down bad that this grandma just passed me, and she's got like some funny shirt on with like her shirt says something like, you want a taco about Jesus, with like a little picture of a taco or something. And you're just like, oof, I just got blown by that. And then gears start turning. You know what I mean?
And hey, you're seeing a Gatorade stand up there.
Yeah.
And that's all you need.
I just need some electrolytes, you know? I see something that reminds me of things that I enjoy in life. I don't know what that is for you. For me, that's long walks on the beach and learning new songs on my guitar. But so I start visualizing that and I take off, dude. And that's where we're at. So Doge is about to take off. Jace, what are you going to do with all the coins you have in your possession?
The Doge?
Yeah.
So as I was getting to my story, I was trying to give a little backstory so you guys wouldn't hate me, but I have been on the Doge train for a while. I was told everyone not to sell, told everyone to hold the line. But as I've done a little more research, as I've became less of a casual in the crypto world, a lot of the top guys say, take your profits when they come. And I know I'm not a big guy about money over pride, money over camaraderie. I usually wouldn't put money over camaraderie. But this is my first go at it, and I just didn't want it to flop completely. A lot of people say they have to learn a lesson in crypto before they actually are in it, and I didn't want to have to learn that the hard way. So this whole week I was selling around 65, 70 cents. I would sell maybe 1,000 shares every now and then. And then I sold maybe some at 60. And then that night when it went up to 70, and I heard buy the rumor, sell the news all week from all the people on YouTube, all the articles, buy the rumor, sell the news. Buy the rumor that Elon's going to be on. It went up all week. Sell the news when it actually happens. And it happened just like that. First word Elon said, tanked from 70 cents to 40 cents. So I didn't get out where I wanted to on that last sell, but yeah, so I am looking to buy back in at the dip at the 40. If it gets down to 40, I will buy back in a little bit. But as of now, I'm out of Doge, and I'm pretty sad about it.
You're officially cashed out on Doge. And I will say one thing right now. I'll say two things. First thing is, I'm freaking Doge or die, baby. Listen, everybody listening right now, know this right now. I'm on the front lines, dude. It's me, you, and your mother just out there on the front lines, fighting for Doge, doing what we have to do to get the coin back to where it needs to be. and Jace isn't with us, but that's all right. I mean, he was a good supporter while he could. I mean, a samurai dies standing up, and Jace needed to sit down for a little while, but that's okay. All right. And the second thing that I will say is, and I mean, I don't know how much you want to go into these details. We don't have to like say specifics, but you did send me a screenshot of your account, and you had way more money in it than I actually knew. Because I sent a screenshot of my account, and I was like, "Damn, dude, this is crazy." Sometimes to think like this is actually my money. I'm like, "Oh, which should I just this? I could use this." And then you sent a screenshot. I was a little bit mind blown. It was over 5 times the amount that I have invested, and so I will say, with knowing that knowledge, I can respect you cashing out. I don't necessarily think it was a bad move because I saw a little bit of stuff, and listen, these guys, they have good theories and stuff. It's not the runner's wall, which I would say is the only investing strategy that has a 0% failure rate. And we don't know if it has a success rate or not, but I mean, time will tell, but 0% failure rate sounds pretty good to me.
Because I mean, how, like, when you think about it, the runner's walls are endless. Like, there's always a runner's wall to break.
Exactly.
Because like, even if Bitcoin gets to $1 billion, we got to get that $1,000,000,001 wall down. It's very
much a theory that takes the approach of, you know, like never satisfied, never good enough. You know, we're at the tippity top, but we're only halfway there, to quote Dr. Disrespect, who I'm I'm bringing that vibe right now, if you guys know him. So I don't actually think you made a bad decision, but I will say the Doge tables have turned. I am now the diehard Doge boy.
He is.
So I mean, where we go from there, I don't know, because my account doesn't look great. I'm still obviously in the profit because I bought in so low. But like, this is the beautiful thing. I'm just buying, dude. And I'm just gonna freaking skyrocket from here.
We're being kind of greedy because you're still what, 20x on your original investment?
Yeah, that is true.
Like,
okay, that's a good thing to bring up, and that goes back to the like everyone freaking out whenever we literally were cheering at 0.07. And now it's like 0.45 and we're freaking out. I'm still riding the same investment that I was stoked about for 0.07. So, you know, I mean, this is
what could have had, what I could have had. Like, mine. Like, that's just humans.
Like opportunity cost, you know, or risk aversion. I don't know, some cool words like that. Some cool words like that probably sum up what's going on. But I mean, we're average Joes, so with an average vocabulary.
Talking about SNL, what's your opinion on do you think Elon is, you said Elon's at the front lines and you said that he is doing all this good, but do you think he's selling and buying?
I don't know. Wasn't there news that broke? Didn't someone ask him specifically if Tesla or SpaceX was like using his coins, and he made a statement saying that they only like show like I don't know. Do you know anything about that?
I just know that about Bitcoin. They didn't openly come out and say they bought Doge.
I thought he said he did something. Like there was some controversy.
He bought his son Doge. No, he never said how much though.
Yeah, for some reason I thought there was something about him, like there, because someone was questioning that, and he basically said that they like sell for proof of something, and then like it's not actually sell. I don't know what the freak. About.
He sold Bitcoin for proof of liquidity.
Okay.
That might be what you're thinking of.
It might be. Thinking of. Well, I know one thing, dude. Elon Musk is very much like Nickelback. And I'm not the first person to say that, so I won't take credit for the original thought. But Elon Musk is the like modern day little genius thought leader guy version of Nickelback. Everyone everyone was jamming out to Rockstar. You know what I mean? Everyone. That's why everyone can sing every word to this day. And now everyone loves to hate, or there's a time period where everyone loved to hate Nickelback, and now it's almost went full turn again, where Nickelback has become such a meme. And I don't know if they really talked about that much like in this week, but like, it's became a meme again, where people are kind of back on Nickelback's side, where they're kind of like, oh, dude, everyone likes Nickelback. So it's like everyone's talking about him again, and it's not like actually that bad. Elon's the same way. That dude has ridden the roller coaster of like, he's our savior, you know, Elon's amazing. then all that stuff happened where he was trying to help save those people in the cave, and everyone like turned on him, and they were like, Elon sucks, leave it, let the experts figure this out, you're just a little rocket boy, you know, all that stuff. And then people are back on Elon's side and they hate him again. They say he's for Doge, he's not for Doge, he's good for Doge, he's bad for Doge. He was on SNL. I actually, here's another statement. Who is watching SNL these days? Do you know?
Well, no one until the other night.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what is going on with SNL? I like Pete Davidson. That dude's cool. And I don't actually even know if he's still on SNL. I just like,
he was on the episode the other night.
That's dope.
I only watched like the first 10 minutes until it started tanking. And then I was completely basically sold. And then I just went to bed. Pretty sad.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I think whatever the last big event was where it was supposed to blow up and it tanked like that time too. Do you remember what that was?
Doge Day, 420.
Yeah, 420. I think it's easy with Doge to let your like the excitement and just wanting it to do very well supersede like what you actually know about the coin. I think we all knew it was going to tank. Like if you didn't like know that it was probably going to tank when Elon went on SNL, then you probably don't know much at all about the crypto. And I'm not saying that I like predicted it and was like playing the markets, because I rode the crash, but it's kind of, I don't know. It was kind of obvious, I guess. And I think it'll be back though, dude. Doge will be back because we're on the front lines fighting for it.
Yeah. Like you still can't I feel like it's like going to probably go out of the minds of a lot of people for a while, and I don't have it, but I'll still follow it pretty close. But it's still the number 4 coin, like market cap wise overall. Like it's still insane.
Yeah.
Like I think Litecoin's like number 11 and Dogecoin's number 4. Like that's crazy.
That is crazy. I will say though, the real thing that I think made the markets bloody, dude, that made the bloodbath out there was not so much just Dogecoin. It's just obviously so much of our own portfolios because we're a couple of dinguses who just have a ton of Dogecoin. But overall, like almost all the coins have tanked. Ethereum is up.
Oh, I don't have any Dogecoin anymore, and all of mine were red today.
Yeah. So why is that, dude? Why does every coin tank? And I'm looking at the graphs here, getting real analytical with it. I have a for anyone who needs to know some quick credentials, I do have a minor in business analytics, so I'm somewhat qualified to speak to this. And the graphs look similar. That's a professional opinion. The graphs look similar.
You do not have to be a geometry major to know that these are all just making like little downward lines. Like they're not good. And I don't know. Like it seems really simple. Like it seems like a stupid question to ask. Like, hey, why are the markets going down all at the same time? Because everyone's selling. But like not everyone owns every single coin. There's like 1,000 coins or more. Not everyone owns all of them. So like, and there's not really any like ETFs for crypto. So like you can't have like a portfolio really of all of the cryptos intermixed. So why do they all go down at the same time? I'm guessing they all follow Bitcoin. And so when Bitcoin tanks, it's kind of like just like the S&P 500 or something like that. So like when Bitcoin tanks, everyone else just starts selling because they're like, crap, crypto's like going down the drain again. Like these like maybe casuals are like, crap, crypto's going down the drain. We got to sell. We got to get out. We got to get back into fiat dollar bill currency. So that's my only guess. I've been thinking about it a lot.
Yeah, I really don't have any idea either. I mean, I guess like there's got to be some theory of like groupthink or like, you know, just whatever is the like the trigger point that starts one of these things. Everyone's just going to follow along once they see it. I don't necessarily know how that works in a market. I'm sure someone out there probably has a really good explanation of that. And if you're listening, if you're the person who does and you're listening, email us, dude. averagejoescryptos@gmail.com and let us know. We'll even bring you on the show if you actually have a really good description of that.
Or even if it's not good, you can still come on.
Even if it's not good, even if you just think you have a really good one and you're willing to like say it confidently, we will also bring you on. And then we'll vote on whether or not we think it's truthful, and we'll let the audience vote as well. So that'll be sick. We'll let our one of our main viewers, Don I don't know. I can't remember his last name. We'll let him vote. I've been on a text exchange on Instagram with him for a few days now. And it's been pretty funny. We might fill you guys in on that a little bit later. My other thing would just be if whales dictate crypto, like if it's that easy to influence, that big whales make big moves and then that influences it. But really not sure. So that's
what is a whale? We haven't really said that.
A whale's a big boy who comes in and just freaking takes up the ocean, makes big waves, makes things happen in the market.
Yeah, there's like a definition for it. I can't remember. It's like maybe like $10 million of equity of like that stock or whatever, or something like that. It's 10 million, or 100 million or something. It's a really big number. Like enough where if they just sold all of theirs, like the market would move dramatically. And that's kind of what happens usually, like, especially with Doge. Whales dictated Doge's ebbs and flows like almost completely. Like TikTok, like I love TikTok, like helped Doge a lot, like with the smaller Robinhood people, but like the whales would trigger the downward spiral, and then all of the Robinhood people would freak out and then sell. Or the whales would buy, or Elon would tweet, and then everyone would buy. So we like, as much as people want to say like we were in control, it's like the people's currency. Like we had a lot more control than a lot of currencies, but like the whales still kind of ran the show, sadly.
Yeah, it's like the people's currency if you're going to use it, right? Like as an actual crypto, not just as an investment, I guess.
Yeah.
But just speaking of the people and using coins, dude, we had our first crypto exchange, and man, I'll tell you one thing. My heart rate was through the roof. I was exhilarated. That was awesome.
It was like a Venmo on steroids.
Yeah.
With a way higher fee.
And way higher fee. And we didn't get to put a cool little description. We didn't get to put a serious one, or we didn't get to put like one that's misleading, whenever you send that Venmo and it's like, oh, thanks so much for the fun times. And then you put a winky face to throw off like your grandma if she's checking your Venmo.
I just had to go verify it like three different times through my email, my text message. Like they're pretty serious about sending it to the right person. So
yeah, we have our wallets, and they give you like 12 words, and you have to like memorize those. They say to write them down or whatever. How'd you save yours, Jace?
I wrote them down.
Really? You told me you wrote them on a tree in your backyard.
I tree like paper.
Oh, on a paper? Dude, after you told me you freaking put them on a tree, I literally went into my backyard and etched it into a tree with a pocket knife. I was like, all right, I mean, this guy knows a little bit more about crypto than me. I better listen to him. So I got my freaking, if someone goes out behind my place, they're going to see my 12 words.
Hopefully no one.
Jeez, dude.
Hopefully no one puts two and two together. But.
Yeah. Didn't really have my back there. But yeah, we exchanged on Exodus, and mainly the main reason we did that is because I sent Jace just a fat stack. I mean, real fat stack. And he basically bought some VeChain because that's where the money's at. And I'm still not approved on Binance. And listen, Binance needs to get it together. So I was on Binance's Instagram today looking at some of their stuff. And I will say this, they have some pretty funny posts. They have these posts like with updates about where Ethereum is, and they just keep marking out the number and like putting it in really bad font, like just like obviously bad design. And they're like, our designers are still out, but Ethereum's still growing. And listen, hey, Binance, that's actually really funny. I thought that was a hilarious post. But is your approval team out? Because I need approved
for like those posts are getting you like maybe a couple days off the hot seat, but geez.
They're buying you a couple days, Binance. That's pretty funny. But you better make a post saying like your freaking pending team is in or out, dude. In or out. I gotta know because I gotta figure out.
How long has it been? 2 weeks?
Something like that. Long enough that I've changed my opinion on almost every coin I own. That's how long, So, geez. Yeah. I just want to get in there. I just want to play ball. So I've been buying coins on Coinbase, but the fees on Coinbase, dude, yikes. What's up with cryptocurrency and fees? I thought that like crypto was like the better way to do things, not the best way to pay fees.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on the fees. I think it has to do with like the processing of like the transactions through the blockchain and things like that. I think one of the main goals, Cardano, like one of the main goals for like that makes one crypto better than the other is like having lower fees. So like there's like lower cost to make it and such. Like Ethereum has pretty high cost to make. That's like the one big downfall of Ethereum right now is like the fees and are high and it takes a long time to make. So not to get too technical, but I think that's why that's probably something we should answer on the next podcast because that's a good question.
That is actually a really good question. I would say this. Do you want to go into a little bit of Warren Buffett talk, aka also our pick progress? Because those are
they're kind of correlated.
A little bit correlated. So last week we made our picks for the week. I picked Ethereum. I bought in basically when I made my pick, it was at 3,341. Jace chose Bitcoin as his pick of the week, and that was at 55,228. And essentially now, whoever's coin had the most growth won this round, basically. And we're going to keep track of that. And then there's going to be a big celebration at the end for the winner, and a big shame on you for the loser. Simple as that.
Maybe take the ACT. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, maybe one of us will take the ACT. That would be hilarious. All right, Jace. So you did the math because I'm bad at math. You can ask Miss Jameson that. Jace, you just have to help me in our Algebra 1 class. So what are the results? And I got a good.
So Trey increased by $548, which for Ethereum is a 16.3% increase. So P1, I went up 1%. Bitcoin dropped big time today. It went. I still wouldn't have won. Ethereum hit new all-time highs. That you're at Ethereum's all-time high today. You probably went up 23% on the week, which is, that's double Warren's profit for the year, right?
Warren takes 12% for a year and skips off into the sunset, dude, thinking he freaking made it in life. If you ride our picks so far with 100% accuracy, we'll double that in a week. I'm not saying to YOLO your life savings, but I'm saying this isn't financial advice, but that might not be a bad option. The way things are looking.
Listen to this. I had a bad week. Bitcoin's still getting ready to take off. So I would invest wisely. This isn't financial advice, but I do think it's getting ready to take off. On the last 3 market cycles, this has kind of happened where it consolidated at this point in the cycle and then it took off. But even if you're taking my 1% for a week and it was bad, that was a bad pick. 52% a year. I mean, what are we talking about?
We're talking money in the dank.
Why are we? I got a Roth IRA too. We're invested in a Roth IRA. You got to do it for safety reasons, and it's tax deducted. It's taxes. It's positive for taxes. They say to do it, but it's 12% a year. What are we doing?
That's crazy, dude. And I'll say this right now. My safety net's Doge, baby. Let's go. Someone's got to be on the front lines. You can have your Roth IRA, dude. I'm eating corn dogs in the back.
I think you can throw Doge in your Roth. Maybe you can throw Bitcoin in it. I don't think you can. Maybe not Doge yet, but I would.
I'm probably gonna buy a ticket on the SpaceX rocket with some Doge. I don't know how far that'll get me, but it's something. So yeah, basically, freaking week 1 winner, your boy, the Bitcoin bad boy.
Mark it up.
And now you want to go right into picks for next week?
Yeah.
Actually, before we do picks for next week, let's talk a little bit about Ripple. All right, because you were texting me about Ripple, and you asked me to do some research on the current lawsuit they have, and I Googled one thing and I read half of one article. So I do think I'm in a good place to talk about this. Basically, what's going on with Ripple is they're in a lawsuit. That much is a fact, 100% accurate. The rest of what I know is that essentially the organization that they're up against for the lawsuit has requested Ripple to show a lot more of documentation. I don't know exactly what documents they want them to show. I'll tell them one thing: if they had all this set up in an Ethereum smart contract, they probably wouldn't have to deal with this because it would already be safe and tucked away. But basically, this organization is requesting more documents from Ripple, and this is going to be the most average Joe's description of this situation going on ever. So, man, all listeners take this as you will. Basically, Ripple got requested, and they were like, "No way, Jose, we don't want to give up our dirty little docs. or maybe they're clean little dogs. We don't know because they won't give them. And they basically are saying that they don't want to give them. And now they're trying to make a case for that they also don't have to give them. So it's in a little bit of a stall right now. This is my quick take on it. I think it's kind of weird that they are not supplying the documents. Not from the, I don't necessarily know if Ripple's guilty or not. I have no take on if they are or they aren't, to be honest. I just think it's weird. It could very much be them saying like, we're not going to give into this system. You know, obviously crypto type organizations like to go against the man and all of that to some degree. Not saying they all do. Some are actually to help support the like traditional things we have in place, just make them better. So maybe they're going that route and they're just like, no, we're not giving it to you, or they just want to keep stalling it out for whatever reason. I just think it makes it a little bit weird. And part of me feels like whenever you're going up against these suits and like big dogs, you know, they don't necessarily like to be messed around with. I think there's kind of like a history of that. So it does make me a little bit worried about Ripple. I don't know enough details to know if Ripple's going to come out scot-free, but I'm a little bit worried about them because you told me you had a hot tip that if they win the lawsuit, Ripple's going to skyrocket, right?
Big time.
So I can't confidently say that's going to happen. My take would be that it might be worth the fun of it possibly happening, because then you could follow along the lawsuit and you have something to cheer for. So what do you think, Jace?
I didn't do any research. I just heard this from a source close by. Anytime I say that, it's probably Big Boy Crypto, friend of the podcast,
friend of the program.
Yeah. So anytime I say that, it's probably him. But he did say, I didn't look it up. I didn't look anything up because I wanted Trey to do it, and he did a great job. I learned everything I need to know.
Thank you.
But I do know that he said if it hits, if they get out, we're going to see maybe more increase than Doge is what we're looking at. That's all I'm going to say. So if you got a little extra money in the bank, you just got paid, I don't know, take some out of your Roth IRA. Actually can't do that because you have to wait till you're 59. Whatever you want to do, maybe put $100 in it. That's not financial advice, but that's what I might do.
Hey, how about this, Jace? Lay it on the line right now. How much are you going to go invest in Ripple right now after my breakdown of the lawsuit? And if you are, how much are you going to put into it?
See, problem number one is Binance.us does not offer XRP. So I would have to go download a different site that offers it.
Do you have Coinbase?
Do they have? I thought they didn't have it.
I can check right now.
I see a lot of places. I think Coinbase pulled it because of the lawsuit.
Oh, you're probably right. Coinbase seems to go very much by the books, is kind of what I've picked up on. Like they don't
they didn't adopt Doge because it's not serious.
Yeah, I think Doge is tradable now on it. Yeah, they have XRP, like you can watch it. The price is currently $1.41, but it's not tradable.
You can't, yeah. So I think Kraken has it. I might get Kraken. I'll find a way to get it. Based off that, see, I was gonna put more if you had a really good explanation, if you had a really good verdict, if they were gonna win or not. No, like it was a good explanation. I just wanted a strong take from you of whether they were gonna win or not. So you're still like put a percent on it, maybe.
I'm what percent?
Put a percent on if they're going to come out of this.
Probably 69% chance they win.
They win?
Yeah.
Wow, that's.
But
that's pretty good.
I think there's a chance it goes pretty like long. Like I don't know if it's going to be like a short-term return.
Well, it's been stalling for quite a while.
Yeah. I watched this movie back in the day about a guy who invented the windshield wiper. Like he patented the technology of like the blinking eye. He like called it like the blinking eye wiper or something like that. Not a very cool name. And he went and showcased it to Ford, trying to get, like, it was his life's work trying to get Ford to buy it. And they basically came and demoed it and just like he told them all how it worked and everything, and they basically ripped him off and then just made it themselves. I think it was Ford. Man, wouldn't it suck if we got in a lawsuit with Ford because I badmouthed them in front of our millions of listeners? But either way, they ripped him off, and then he would like spent the rest of his life in a lawsuit with them. He just had boxes everywhere because every time he requested documents, because I think you have to supply documents. That's why like I don't think I'm pretty sure Ripple's gonna have to end up supplying them, but they can send way too much stuff. Is like a loophole that I learned from that movie that I don't remember if the movie was fake or real, but or like fiction or nonfiction. But essentially they would send him like 20 boxes whenever he needed one page and just make him look through it. And he won that dang lawsuit. Simple as that.
He did?
Yeah. He wasn't a great father. And I think he ended up getting a divorce because he like just got lost in trying to win that lawsuit. But I do think he won the lawsuit. So hopefully then his kids celebrate.
That's a man with a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my purpose is going to be starting today. I need a cool catch slogan, and I would like for someone to come up with it, but I'm in on XRP. I'm in big. Not big, because I'm not in big. It's probably going to be like 2% of my portfolio, but
wow,
if it goes to where it's supposed to go, it's going to be a good chunk of money. So I'll say I don't know, $200.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Ripple's glad to have you.
I'm with XRP.
Speaking on behalf of XRP, we're glad to have you.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, so now let's go into our picks of the week. Picks of the week. That's a little jingle I made up just right now. Go ahead and kick it off.
Okay. I got to see what these prices are at because I wrote them down this morning.
All right.
Let's see. Because I got 3 that I'm kind of eyeing.
One thing to note is that you send me over some of the stuff you want to talk about during the podcast. And with that, you usually put your picks on it. So I usually have a heads up of what your picks are going to be going into.
I'm not scared.
Like part of my strategy last week, just to admit it, was Ethereum usually like tracks with Bitcoin for the most part, but it's a cheaper coin. So I was like, oh man, if it just stays on the same pace as Bitcoin and increases, then percentage wise, it'll beat out Bitcoin because Bitcoin's worth more. So, yeah, ballsy strategy just to send over your picks ahead of time. And let me know.
I'll show you my cards and I'll still be.
Jeez, man, I'll
keep doing it.
Yeah, you're getting cocky for a guy who's 0-1. Real cocky.
I'm gonna go with Solana. It's tough because I was trying to pick one that was down the most, but they're all down by about 6 or 7% today or more.
Mm-hmm.
Solana's at $42. Oh, this one's not usually right. See, CoinStats app usually does an average, so it doesn't really get it accurately. 42.12 is what I have.
I have it at 42.13.9.
Yeah.
On Binance.
Yeah, I have it on Binance.us. So yeah, 42.13 is fine.
Okay, 42.13. Oh man, it actually just dropped to 42.
42 flat.
42 flat. Let's just take it there. Yeah. That was the luckiest drop I've ever seen. Like live action, we just watched it drop to 40.
I might be a whale. I might have just done
that. Okay, so you got Solana at 42. I am going to ride my pride and joy of a coin. I'm going VeChain this week.
It's a good pick.
It dropped a little bit.
Down big. It's down big.
Right now it's like down 14%, depending on like what time frame you're looking at.
20. Let's do 20. I got 20.
Yeah. Yep. 20 cents. So
20 cents.
We're going Solaris or whatever you said. What
Solana.
is it? Solana at 42 versus VeChain at 20.
20 cents. I'm $42.
Yeah, $42 versus 20 cents. Sorry, dude. Okay. Yeah, I'm liking that. I need Binance to approve me so I can actually buy in and get way more VeChain. I might keep I take our picks of the week so seriously, dude, that I might go and keep putting my whole life savings into VeChain
just for it to go up a cent.
Just for it to go up a cent, maybe. And
actually, you wouldn't go up a cent. You go up like maybe a tenth.
Yeah,
maybe.
But I'll try my best.
You're poor.
Yeah, that's true. I'll put my whole life savings of $250 into VeChain, and I'll start making some waves, dude.
Yes.
I'll pick up a double at the Burger Shack and put it all straight into VeChain. But
ask them to pay you in VeChain.
Okay.
The local McDonald's.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get paid in VeChain and then also go to like drive down the street to Taco Bell and try to purchase a burrito in VeChain. See what happens. Maybe, dude. Maybe that's the punishment. Whoever loses has to go around.
Oh my god!
Like asking very seriously. Like not. You cannot give off a hint that you're joking. Going to like chain restaurants, fast food, and asking super seriously if they take random obscure altcoins.
Yeah, Bitcoin's one thing, like that wouldn't be that big a deal. Like, but if you're asking for random, yeah.
Oh, do you guys take 1 inch? And they would be like, what, dude? You might end up on a list if you did that, and that would be hilarious. So that could be the punishment.
You're still on that list, apparently.
Yeah, dude. The FBI is watching. I think. Look at this. Hey, for all the viewers,
it's a bad boy.
Yeah, I got freaking. I don't know if it was Billy Gates' goons or the feds, but I got roughed up in a back alley, dude. Someone's roughing me up. If you're watching the video podcast, you saw me take my shades off, and I got a little shiner on my left eye. I got people coming after me, dude. We're making waves. We might not be whales in the cryptocurrency space, but I'll tell you one thing right now: we are whales in the podcast space. This is Average Joe's Cryptos, your mom's favorite cryptocurrency podcast, the most dangerous cryptocurrency podcast on this side of the Mississippi. Jace, what am I missing here? What else are we?
I'd say south of Nebraska for sure.
We are south of Nebraska.
Those guys up there, these guys suck at podcasts.
Do you mean geographically we are south of Nebraska? Because that is true. That is
what I'm saying. We're the toughest south of Nebraska.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, actually, no, I messed up my saying. They're actually good at podcasts. So we're better than the people south of Nebraska.
Oh, dang. Yeah.
Because everyone south of Nebraska is not good at podcasts.
Okay. I got you.
But everyone north is pretty good.
We're calling out northern states that we think we're better at podcasting. Michigan mainly. That includes the Upper Peninsula. We're definitely better than the Upper Peninsula, to be honest.
Ooh, the UP. Who lives there?
I don't know. How is Wisconsin not taking that over yet? You know?
Hey, if you live in the UP, send us an email. We might change our mind.
Yeah, send us an email about why you live in the UP and why it's awesome, and then we'll bring you on the podcast and have a good old laugh. We'll laugh all about this. But Jace, you got anything else you were hoping to cover?
I think so. I think I'm good.
Well,
it was a great week.
That does it. The markets are bloody. Make sure and put on your vest, put on some shades, clip your fingernails because you don't want too much dirt under them while we're in them trenches, just digging up buried treasure, dude.
You bring your brooms too.
Bring your brooms because it's a mess.